So a couple of months ago there was this trailer released called The Game Changers, and it caused a bit of an outrage, especially amongst the carnivore community and the keto community, and rightly so, because it's basically pushing this whole vegan agenda. So now even Men's Health has gotten on board with this whole nonsense, and they've just made this video of him, and he is showing what's in his fridge and talking about health and about, you know, meat consumption and all that sort of thing. And I'm going to firstly review the video, and then I'm going to give the reasons why I think Arnold Schwarzenegger is doing this and what the motives are.
All right, Arnold, we're here to see your fridge. You ready? Let's do it.
What is it exactly that you want?
He's
to
looking
see
pretty
in the
good
fridge?
still for his
You
age.
just want to see the food, or do you want to bust me because I'm not 100% vegan? Or what is it that you're up to? Follow me. So anyway,
He's
this
not
is the
100%
refrigerator in my
vegan,
office.
so well.
We have here fruits, we have vegetables. We have one of my favorite things that when it gets hot, I have watermelons, cut up watermelons. We have, of course, the Radler, which is a German drink, a combination of lemonade and beer. I love it. Most people don't know that. But it's
So for someone that's pushing the plant-based diet and saying to eat less meat, I find it quite comical that he would go ahead and promote this drinking of a beverage that's got alcohol and sugar in it. And, you know, I guess he probably thinks it's okay because it's vegan, right? As long as it's not
my
meat.
secret protein drink. Don't tell anyone, okay? This is between us. Okay, so here we go with the protein. You
Funny
want
guy,
to see
though.
how protein is made? It's nothing special about it. I just put in a little bit of this almond milk. Not much, just a little bit.
Look at him promoting that almond milk. The label's visible.
And also for muscle soreness and sometimes bone soreness. Put a little bit of that in there. Then you go and you put the banana in.
Arnold Schwarzenegger right here, he's emulating all of these YouTube vegan women. They start their day with an almond smoothie. I'm just waiting for him to start putting the spinach in there. Is he going to do it?
Where I touch every dumbbell and barbell machine that other people have already touched. But it's just to get the immune system going and to really always be able to fight back. Now there's an egg, a raw egg that we put in there. Well, actually, I like to put in the whole egg.
It's great he's adding an egg. You know, that's probably the one thing that's going to give him nutrition so far in the day. Putting the whole egg, is he serious? He's put the shell in there and everything. I find that I've never seen anyone do that. I doubt you would actually absorb the calcium.
Now, this drink, literally, you could serve at any bar, health bar or any other bar. I sometimes put in there schnapps. I sometimes put in there tequila. So
He's promoting alcohol again, so, you know, he's okay with alcohol, but, you know, reducing meat, that doesn't really match up in my
it just
opinion.
gives it a little extra flavor.
What does your diet look like these days?
Well, I am, as you can see, I'm health conscious. I was not always health conscious because when I was young, you know, you get away with a lot of things, a little bit from that. And now I eat more, you know, like oatmeals and greens and vegetables.
If you don't know Arnold Schwarzenegger, a few years ago he had a bit of a scare with his heart, so underwent heart surgery. Now one could presume it's because of the drug usage, you know, the anabolic steroids that he obviously took during his bodybuilding years. But I believe because of his the scare he would have had with his heart, he's obviously going towards what people perceive as a healthy diet. And of course, he's gone down this route, believing this is a healthier diet. So I think that's his motivation at this stage. Unfortunately, he's fallen into the trap that most people have, thinking that vegetables are safe and healthy and that you should reduce your meat consumption.
Healthy food, stay away more from the meats and more from animal products, animal proteins, because there was this misconception it's the only way you get big and strong.
That is the way he got big and strong. Sorry to burst your bubble, Arnie, but that's how he got big and strong. And it's sad he's fallen into this trap that everyone else has, thinking that meat is the enemy. He built his body and his health. He took steroids for so many years, yet he's remained pretty healthy. Even now he looks good. And if he was on a vegan diet during his bodybuilding years and his younger years, do you think he would still be in this good shape?
So now I backed off that, and I feel much better at being more on greens.
Do you cook at all?
Yeah, of course. My favorite thing to cook is, of course, steak. Well, a lot of times
he's not being too crazy narcissistic, and he admits that he still likes steak. But don't you find it odd that he's eating these foods that obviously aren't his favorite foods, these plant-based vegan foods, yet he still loves steak? I think he should listen to his body and have a steak.
To this office, during the day I have to make a little protein drink, of course, because I think this is the best. We have the ladder proteins, and I mix it with some of the milk here, and sometimes juices, and then sometimes I have energy drinks also, and so it really depends what kind of a mood that I'm in and if I'm tired or not.
He mentioned he's having this ladder protein. I saw there was a cinematic shot of this ladder protein. I'm presuming that's some sort of plant-based protein. If that is, I'll be very disappointed. If you know about this ladder protein, please comment below. I'd be interested to find out about that.
It's really great when you're tired.
Do you drink cow's milk?
I would say that I hate cow's milk. I drink almond milk. This is much better.
Hate? That's a strong word. I actually read Arnold Schwarzenegger's bodybuilding book many years ago, and it's quite a big book about bodybuilding, and he actually talked about how he loved milk and cream and raw eggs. When he didn't have a lot of money in his younger days, and milk was a very cheap source of protein, so he would make a protein shake out of raw eggs, milk and cream, and he'd shake that up and he'd bring that into his school. He loved milk, and why does he suddenly hate milk? It's because it doesn't fit this whole vegan agenda, and for whatever reason, which I'll talk about later, he is pushing this plant-based diet, and he's denying the things that he really likes.
People make me an omelet, and they say, what do you want to have in an omelet? And I said, anything that's in the kitchen sink, or anything that you can find on the kitchen floor, just scrape it up and put it in there, and I would love it. And that's exactly what they did.
So is that how he's able to tolerate the vegan diet? Because he's used to just eating like leftover garbage? Because that's basically what the vegan diet is.
Like keto or intermittent fasting?
When I start a film, I don't have time for fat diets or anything like that. I have to go on a real serious kind of a regimen.
Keto is no fad diet.
I do more cardiovascular training, and I watch much more what I eat. So I cut out just simply all the sugar products, and I cut out all the white bread.
Cutting out white sugar and bread, that's going to help anybody, plant-based or not.
And so take multivitamins and take everything that the body needs. But like I said, they're called supplements. The supplement of what you eat.
So many vegans, and Arnie in this case as well, take supplements, vitamin supplements. If you are so confident with your plant-based diet, why would you want to take supplements? I stopped taking supplements years ago when I started eating a much more carnivore-based diet, because you just know when you're getting everything your body needs. You have no imbalances. And these plant-based diet promoters, they all seem to be taking these processed, refined supplements or protein powders. It's ridiculous.
A lot of fruits and a lot of really good proteins.
Does Arnold ever have a cheat day?
Cheat days come up quite frequently. I just remember that even 3 days before the Mr. Olympia competition in 1970, after training, we would go to the House of Pies. It's not what I consider an intense workout. This is kind of a light Mickey Mouse workout, because we're doing the filming right now.
He's looking really good for his age, I have to say.
But I'm not really training
what is he like
anymore.
60 something now? He's looking good. He was looking much more frail a few years back.
Surgery, I I was advised not to train heavy and not to do any more going for 3 reps and the heaviest weight and all that stuff.
So it's a real shame this Arnold Schwarzenegger has sold out to this whole plant-based agenda. And when I say agenda, I don't mean it's like some big government conspiracy. I don't believe in all that Illuminati bullshit. It's just that, it's just bullshit. A lot of people like to believe conspiracies, and yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of conspiracies out there. But in regards to this vegan agenda, what it is it's simply about money. If you compare the sale of beef and the sale of something like wheat or corn, there's a massive difference in the amount of money you can make off these products. So for example, if you were selling something for people to get protein for breakfast, if you were to sell them eggs compared to something like selling them a protein cereal that was based on soy and corn and wheat, you're going to make a much bigger profit on that product. And you know, compared to eggs, there's hardly any profit in them. Eggs are fantastic because they can be bought locally and everything, and there's just not much money in them though. So that is the drive. It's just simply money from big corporations behind this. It's not some big conspiracy, it's just about the money. And unfortunately, I believe that Arnold Schwarzenegger has just sold out. He's been paid a lot, because there's probably, I wouldn't be surprised if there's big companies that are big cereal companies, you know, like Nestle, Uncle Toby's, all of these companies selling cereals. I wouldn't be surprised if they're behind this. Unfortunately, Men's Health has jumped on board here. I'm sure they're going to be paid off. It just feels like it's this, I think all these you know, companies, they're in bed together with the big profit cereal companies and the grain producing companies. Perhaps Arnold Schwarzenegger is just looking for a big paycheck. You know, he's in his retirement days. Don't buy into the bullshit. As soon as you see it for what it is, you will see this agenda everywhere. There is just all these companies just pushing the plant-based diet because they're the ones that are going to be making money from it. They're selling all their tofu and cereals and all of that processed garbage. They're the ones winning from this. So just follow the money, and that's what it is. So that's all for today, and I'll be back with some more reviews very shortly. Please make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and share the video. Thanks again.